Hey everybody, Merry Christmas. It's Soto here, Raiders versus the World. Before we get the show started, there was an update before I released this episode. Brock Bowers was placed on IR this morning, the 24th of December. It doesn't change the content of the video any, but I wanted to, just in case some of it spilled in a little bit to what the content was, I wanted to give you that update. This was done before the news came out, but I want to give you an update really quick. Brock Bowers is placed on IR this morning, so this video and the video for Christmas Day were both done before then. So just a little update. Merry Christmas, guys. Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Santa Soto here. You know what it is. Raiders versus the World, talking about the team that the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, all that good stuff. I say Merry Christmas. I celebrate Christmas. It's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope everyone had a great day today. I hope everyone was able to either open gifts or watch people open gifts. I honestly love to watch people open gifts more than I like to open gifts myself. So yeah, here's my gift to you guys, all right? I'm giving you guys a show on Christmas Day because I feel like you guys deserve it. So yesterday, or 2 days ago, there was a interview scrum in the locker room with the three building blocks, the three wise men, if you will, of the Raiders. It's Ashton Genty, it's Brock Bowers, and it's Maxx Crosby. All right, let's get something out of the way. First and foremost, this team does not care about your draft pick, okay? Does not care about your draft pick, doesn't care what you feel about it, doesn't care about number one overall, doesn't care about any of that stuff. They care about winning ball games. It showed up against Houston. That's like they really wanted to have this game. They really wanted to push. They really wanted to stay on their P's and Q's and really make it a tough game, and they did. Some were pleased that they lost. I was very conflicted. I never like to lose games, ever. I do understand that the broader view, the broader perspective of this scenario is, yes, maybe losing the games is better for us longer term. There's a lot of ifs, right? If the Giants lose, if we don't get number one overall, if there's not the trade market that we think, if these quarterbacks don't turn out to be what we thought, if a lot of ifs. But one thing for sure is you like to be atop. If you're going to be out of the playoffs, you like to be atop of the draft board so you have more decisions and can dictate more of what happens. So what I want to do is take a look at what these guys have to say, the three pillars of this team, the three building blocks of this team, the three main guys that you build around on this team, see what they have to say, a little bit about what happened in Houston moving forward, going against the Giants. What are some issues that they foresee going against the Giants, especially that front? That front is nasty. They have guys all over the place. This is a very talented defensive front that the Giants are bringing in, and they have some weapons offensively as well. So let's take a peek at what we have to say. First off, we're going to start with Ashton Genty. Here's Ashton Genty.
How much pride do you take in that part of the game?
Take a lot of pride, especially the way the game is moving now. Throwing the ball more. Obviously, you still got to run that pill, but just being able to be more dynamic and versatile for the offense.
Ashton, Geno said he thinks you have enough skills to actually play receiver. Where guys like Marshall Faulk, LT, McCaffrey, are those guys you've studied at all to try to take from their game?
Yeah, definitely. I've been watching Christian McCaffrey for a little while. But yeah, I try to take things from different guys' game, like with Daniel Thompson. I've watched him a lot too. But just being dynamic, without the ball, before getting the ball, running routes, it's a great thing to have.
You never lost confidence in yourself, but to have the kind of game you had against Houston, what does that mean to actually see that finally come out like that?
Just on the point of always having faith and trusting in your abilities. I know God has a plan for me. Obviously, this year from a team standpoint hasn't been the best, but I just got to continue to keep getting better and finding ways to improve.
How do you look to build off the momentum you guys gained offensively in Houston?
Yeah, just come out and be effective like we were Sunday versus Houston. Keep that same flow of running the ball and being able to pass it, get those backers down, all those guys down, play action, all that type of stuff. Just really control the ball and control the clock.
You're nearing the 1,000-yard mark. What does that mean to you?
It's cool. Obviously, a lot of times, everybody personally being successful, leads to team success. And usually if your team is successful, then there's a lot of personal success. But, obviously it hasn't been the best theme this year, but it'd be a great thing to reach 1,000 rushing yards.
All right, that's Ashton Genty. And, he is nearing that 1,000-yard mark. Now, he has, if my math is right, 1,154 all-purpose yards, rushing and receiving. So his pace on his average is 76 yards average a game. If he continues that pace for the next 2 games, he's going to go over 1,300 all-purpose yards. 1,300 all-purpose yards from a guy who has a historically bad offensive line blocking for him. That's pretty good. Anyone out there who is bashing Ashton Genty, I implore you to look at the offensive line and how it blocked for him, especially the first 3 quarters of the season. And it's a miracle if he sniffs anywhere near 1,500 yards. Okay, if he has another couple of games like he had this last game, he's going to hit it. So if he gets anywhere near that, it's going to be a situation where you're going to look at this kid like, man, this guy, he's going to be special because, even to hit 1,300 yards all-purpose with the type of offense this is, number one, this is not a good offense, okay? We were saying the same thing about Brock Bowers, the next guy we're going to listen to. Brock Bowers is able to have that many catches and have that many yards. For this offense, as bad as it was, same thing for Ashton Genty. For as bad as this offense is, for him to hit 1,300 all-purpose yards, I think would be a really big accomplishment for him. So hopefully he go ahead and make that happen again. All he has to do is average the same thing he's been averaging this entire season, 76 yards all-purpose per game. He's going to hit that 1,300. So let's hear what Brock Bowers has to say about being named to the Pro Bowl, 2nd year in a row Pro Bowler. Travis Kelce made it to the Pro Bowl. It's because of his freaking flat-butted, skinny girlfriend. All her fans voted for him. He's having an off year, and he's the highest vote getter. So what does that tell you? That's kind of like when Yao Ming would win every year because all the voters in China would vote for Yao Ming in the NBA. But whatever, man. Taylor Swift, it is what it is. But, man, Brock Bowers is a guy that definitely is someone you need to build around. He's a guy that can get open at any time on anybody, and he's a guy that can rip off big plays when you need him. You need to have a little bit more to work around him to be able to help him get a little bit of stress taken off of him as far as coverage goes. But once we start building some of these young receivers, I think we're going to go ahead and make that happen. So here's Brock Bowers talking about the Pro Bowl and talking about coming up this week against the Giants.
What is this second straight Pro Bowl to you?
No, it's an honor, just to be mentioned with those other guys, and we'll have the opportunity again to go this year.
Do you feel like you found something in Houston that can carry over?
Yeah,
as a team.
Yeah, no, I hope so. We ran the ball a lot better and stayed a lot more on track on offense. So that was good to see. And finally started playing a little bit of complimentary football.
I guess this late in the year, Brock, comparing your rookie season to this year, where do you think you've grown the most in the NFL?
Oh, man, that's hard to say. I feel like this year's been such a different year than last year. I don't know, good or bad. I'm not totally sure, but it's just way different feel this year. It's hard to compare them.
What do you see from Ashton from a route running standpoint?
Yeah, no, when he gets matched up on a linebacker, he's pretty much going to kill him. So it's been fun to see and see him out there dominating all aspects.
You said it's really hard to compare your rookie season to this year, but would you say, just considering now this is your second Pro Bowl, would you say you're a lot more confident going into this year and also just confident within your game?
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely more confident just because you get 1 year on your belt, get some experience, and kind of know what to expect throughout the year. It definitely makes the year a little bit easier, but just kind of calms everything down a little bit.
With back-to-back Pro Bowl selections, how do you think high school Brock Bowers would react if you sat him down and told him everything you did in the NFL so far?
I really don't know. I didn't think I'd be able to get to this point and be able to, even make it to the NFL. So, it's pretty cool that, just be in this position.
We're not here for moral victories. We're here to win. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, we fell short.
Be in this position.
Yeah, man, Brock Bowers is keeping it real. Like, yeah, he didn't think he'd be in this position when he was younger. He's glad he's there, but he's happy with the personal success. I mean, you didn't have the team success. It's not like just because you're not having team success doesn't mean you can't be happy for your personal success. I think Brock Bowers is definitely a guy that is somebody that you need to keep active. There's a lot of games that we had this season where we didn't really target him all that much, and him being covered and him having a coverage on him, the specific coverage to be able to stop it. It's like, what are you telling defenses? If you're like, well, they were playing a specific way and we couldn't get on the ball. Okay, well then defenses just keep doing that same thing and the Raiders won't throw them the ball. No. You have to find ways to get your guys the ball. What I hear all the time, what I heard from Chip Kelly, what I heard from Greg Olson, what I've heard from Pete Carroll, what I've heard from all these guys is we got to do what our players do best. Find out what they do best and get them in positions to do that. Well, part of that is knowing what the defenses are doing and adjusting to that in the game. Move them, get them off the line, put them back on the line, shift them around, put them in the backfield. Find different things to do to get him the ball, to get him favorable matchups. If you don't do that, if you just sit back and allow teams to take Brock Bowers out of the game, that is now your fault. That is a you problem. That is not Brock Bowers' issue. That is you failing to get one of your best players and one of the best players in the league the ball. Speaking of one of the best players in the league, it's a consensus. Maxx Crosby is one of the guys that's a tip-top guy in the league. He gets a lot of criticism from some guys who want to just find things to say bad about him. Yes, he dives into the backfield. Yes, he sometimes leaves his lane unattended, but he makes a lot of plays, and he needs his guys on the defensive line to keep up because a lot of times he blows up plays in the backfield, and there's no one else there to make the play, and Maxx Crosby he stops the running back in the backfield. He's kind of like, he scatters around, but there's no one else there, so the running back's able to run and make a gain out of it. So there's different things that Maxx Crosby does, the pressures, the quarterback hits, all that stuff, it all matters. It all counts. The tackles for loss especially. All that stuff matters. All that stuff counts. And Maxx Crosby is all about winning. You want to talk about a winning culture? You want to talk about a guy who's all about competition and about winning and putting it all out there? You can't get much more competitive than a guy who doesn't want to come off the field ever. People say that about players. Oh, man, he never wants to come off the field. But Maxx Crosby legitimately doesn't come off the field. Let's hear what Maxx Crosby had to say.
We're not here for moral victories. We're here to win. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, we fell short. But just seeing, the effort that was put on, it's probably the most consistent, effort I've seen across the board as a team.
They said that Friday's practice was really, really good for the defense. Did you see something to feel that it was a little bit more up-tempo as well?
Yeah, I just felt like, it comes down to focus, you know what I mean, and being locked in on your job and not worrying about everything else besides what really matters, and that's doing your job and being focused on that play right now, being where your feet are at. That's the game, you know what I mean? That's what it's all about. So, yeah, Friday was awesome. Guys are flying around. You've seen the DBs making a lot of plays on the ball. And just overall, everyone's locked in doing their job. So, yeah, the practice translates to the game. So it's got to be like that all the time across the board.
Max, 5 straight Pro Bowls for you. Just kind of like, what does that mean for you?
It's a blessing, bro. It means a lot. Put everything into this, bro. I sacrifice so much, especially time, away from my daughter, away from my wife, away from my, loved ones to maximize this career. And if I didn't have them in my corner and understanding, what I'm trying to accomplish, it wouldn't be possible. So there's so many people I could, give credit to and that have helped me. But yeah, man, it means a lot because, it's not just, fan voted, it's the players and the coaches. And when you get respected by your peers, that means a lot. And especially, the fans too. The fans are why, the stadiums are packed out. And that's why we get to play this game we love. You know what I mean? So just having that ultimate respect from everyone across the board is definitely humbling.
Have you had that chance yet to go back and think about the 4th round pick who broke his hand in the preseason game to where you are now?
It's crazy. Moments like this, you definitely take a little step back and get a little quick time to reflect. I don't like to take much time. I'm always focused on the now and what's next, and that's all I can control. But yeah, man, I've come a long way. You know what I mean? Nobody thought I'd be in this situation. It's humbling to say the least, but my message is just it's everybody out there. There's no matter what profession you're in, no matter what you're doing, like if you go above and beyond and sacrifice and the first one in the building, last to leave, and do it all year round and literally obsess and give everything you got to your profession and what you love and your passion, like you're going to succeed. I truly believe in that. And I had one offer, 2 stars. And now I'm, doing some awesome stuff. But that's what pushes me. It's not like I'm satisfied. It just makes me hungrier to continue growing and building what we've already started.
Because of that, does it really irritate you when you hear talk about the number 1 pick being on the line?
Yeah, I don't give a about the pick. Like, to be honest, I don't play for that. That's not my job. My job is to be the best defensive end in the world. And that's what I focus on every day, and being a great leader, and being an influence, and being being that guy on a consistent basis for my team. So yeah, that's their job. That's, the front office, the coaches, that they do that. But that's got nothing to do with me. I've learned that lesson in the past. I'm not trying to, you can't control everything. And that's not my job description. My job is to be the best in the world at what I do. And that's wrecking the game.
Kobe Bryant said, why work if you're not going to be the best? I know you got that Mamba mentality.
100%. If there's anybody I idolize, him and Jordan are the 2 guys that I look up to the most. Just from inspiration, just from reading their books, knowing, obviously being able to have the honor to know Michael Jordan and being signed to his brand now, and having him in my corner, having Tom Brady, having a guy like Kobe that I know is obviously not here anymore. But, being able to be with Tim Grover, on a regular basis, and having him in my corner now. You work with Kobe for 15 years and work with MJ for 15. So it's like you get to hear all those stories, and, when you're away all the time and I can't be there, and with my daughter physically all the time, I got to FaceTime and do stuff like that. Like it takes me back to, square one, because I know it's all going to be worth it. And all that time, you can't get time back, but at the end of the day, like, I'm doing it for them, I'm doing it for us and my circle and, my teammates and everyone involved. So, yeah, man, we've been off to a great start. It's crazy. I'm already, I'm finishing up my 7th year, which is crazy. I remember coming in like I was a rookie yesterday, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's truly humbling, man. And like you said, like if you're going to do something, you got to do it to be the best. And then that's my goal every day. I want to be the best in the world at what I do, and I want to win. And that's my focus.
Max, I also know today is the Christmas event for your charity today. Can you talk a little bit about, how special it is for you to keep giving back to the kids in the community? Yeah,
that's what it's all about. We did a huge giveaway. We took care of 12 families, and we're also doing, give back to the community. It's something like we talked about, Thanksgiving was, we want to, every holiday season, we want to do big things for the community and give back, because, the people of Las Vegas have been so amazing to me and my family. So it's the least we can do. But definitely bummed out, I can't be there. Unfortunately, we had a little schedule change, the whole Christmas deal. So I can't be there. I'm obviously here today. And, my wife, I was sick. I got sick last week, and then I got her sick. Now she's feeling it, so she can't be there. But I got my cousins and, my team there representing us, and really excited about that. It's going to be a great event.
A lot of good stuff from Maxx Crosby there. Definitely a leader and a leader mentality. Like he said, I've been telling you guys for weeks, these coaches, these players, they don't care about the draft pick. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to hear about it. They want to go out there and try to win games. Is it rough? Yeah, it can be rough. Can it be a better situation for us if we go out there and go ahead and just tank these 2 games and lose? Maybe, but you can't flick competition on and off like a light switch, because once you're able to be okay with losing, that area of your brain, that place that you have to go to be okay with doing it, it's easier to reach, right? Every time you quit, it's easier to quit after that. And I like to tell a lot of the people that I mentor, the kids at the gym that I talk to, don't ever quit. Don't ever quit on yourself. Don't ever quit on your family. Don't ever quit on your dreams, because once you quit one time, it's easier to do it a second time. There's always that voice in the back of your mind. Well, this and that. Well, XYZ. Well, it's because of this. There's no because. Do your best every single time you go out there and let the chips fall where they may, because that is what makes winnings, and that's what makes winning team happen. You go out there and you try your best every single time. I understand what the repercussions are. I understand that it can cost us potentially a slot or two, but go out there, try your best, let the chips fall where they may, and we'll work for it from there. All right, guys, that's my time for today. Really appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to this video. It's Nice Way to Sport channel, and it's absolutely free. Before I get to all the rest of the stuff, please have a Merry Christmas. Thank you very much for watching. I understand it's Christmas Day. You guys are probably sitting on the couch watching TV, opening presents, having fun with family. And the fact that you spent a little bit of time with me today, I really appreciate it. That's my time, everybody. Merry Christmas and peace. Hey, Raider Nation. Thanks for watching. There's plenty more where that came from. Go ahead and smash that like button. Drop a comment. Make sure to subscribe and share to all your socials. It's the bare minimum you can do without doing absolutely nothing.